What do you love most about video games? The gameplay? The soundtrack? The story? Or maybe the vibe? The atmosphere? That's what got me hooked on Silent Hill ages ago. Fog-covered streets, a creepy little radio is your only warning for danger. I was in love from the first moment. Sure, later I got into the gameplay, the story, the killer music. But today's video, it's not about the games themselves. One time while wandering through the foggy streets of Silent Hill, I had a thought. Why is everything in this town so messed up? What's with the fog? Or is it smoke? Or maybe snow? Where do all those creepy stories come from? Portals to hell, demons, aliens? Or about something that was built on an ancient Native American burial ground? Today we're diving deep, literally, into the mines, the Brookhaven Hospital, and the cursed Toluca prison. Buckle up. It's gonna get dark. You're watching the Flashback channel. Welcome to Silent Hill. Silent Hill, Maine. Small town, population around 30,000. Once a chill little resort town. Rye, though not everyone liked that direction. The town sits surrounded by forests and mountains, so it rains a lot. Right in the center of city, Toluca Lake, the source of that now iconic white fog. But it's not spa weekends and lakeside sunsets this town's known for. Nah. Grim. It's known for drugs, murders, disappearances, and being a literal gateway to hell. But to understand how it got that way, we've got to go back, way back to the 1500s, before colonization even started. Back then, this land was sacred to the Native Americans. They called it the land of silent spirits, a place where they could connect with the dead. No one knows exactly how these rituals worked, but a special plant called White Claudia probably played a big role. This hallucinogenic herb would later be used to make the drug PTV. So, yeah, hallucinations, blood rituals. This land was soaked in dark stuff way before settlers even showed up. In the 1600s, British settlers pushed out the native tribes and started building up a small community just north of the lake. This area would eventually be called Old Silent Hill. By 1692, witch hunting hysteria reached the colonies. In this town, a woman named Jennifer Carroll was accused of witchcraft and burned alive. Later, she became a saint in a religious group called the Order. Even now, there's a monument to her in Rosewater Park that reads, "What happened here will never be forgotten," though someone conveniently scratched out the part about her being a victim of Christianity. Area 1700s. Some mysterious illness sweeps through the Toluca Lake area. Most residents die. Fast forward 100 years, America declares independence. George Washington becomes president. Slavery gets challenged. Prisons start popping up all over. And in the 1800s, a new prison camp is built near Toluca Lake, and slowly, a town starts to form around it. Around this time, the Manifest Destiny movement starts gaining traction, this belief that Americans were meant to settle the land. That's when the town officially gets its name, Silent Hill. The probably name comes from a combo of the native land of silent spirits and the town's foggy mountain location. But the old illness never really went away. People kept getting sick, so the Brookhaven Hospital opened, later becoming a psychiatric ward. In 1820, Maine officially becomes a U.S. state. By 1840, the prison closes. Back during the plagues and executions, bodies were dumped straight into Toluca Lake. In the 1850s, coal is discovered nearby. The Wilts mine opens up, sparking new interest in the town. Silent Hill gets a second win. 1861, the Civil War begins. A year later, a new prison camp is built to hold POWs. That camp becomes the infamous Toluca Prison. Executions here got more and more bloody. Some victims were innocent, some mirrored native blood rituals. Executioners would rinse their weapons in a nearby swamp, turning it red with blood. It's still called the Bloody Marsh today. Eventually, a road was paved over it. But you can imagine what lies underneath. Let's talk about cults. The early settlers didn't just move it. They absorbed local beliefs. Some formed a sect called the Order, worshipping an ancient deity that might have been the native god Valtiel, also known as the Crow. Natives once called this place the Nest of the Crow. The Order believed that by using ancient rituals, they could summon their god, end war, create paradise. The other world wasn't a metaphor. They wanted to replace our world with it. One ritual in 1867 involved a Cherokee woman named Enola, who tried to bring her dead daughter back to life. No one knows what happened next.
By the 1900s, the Orders infiltrated nearly every town institution. Silent Hill's being run from the shadows.
Around this time, the old prison is replaced with the Silent Hill Historical Society. Not really a museum. It was just a front for cult meetings. Mining shuts down. Tourism takes over. Hotels open. Old Silent Hill gets repopulated. The Order, not thrilled. 1911. Mysterious symbols found in one of the mines. Soon after, freak accidents start happening. Mining operations halt. 1918. The tour boat Little Baroness vanishes without a trace on Toluca Lake. Not a single body recovered. 1938. More disappearances. People go boating and just never return. Locals start whispering about spirits at the bottom of the lake. Maybe even cursed souls dumped there during the epidemics. 1950s through 60s. City leaders pushing development mysteriously start dying. Cult involvement? Maybe. No one ever proves it. Now we reach one of the most disturbing events in Silent Hill's history. A woman named Dahlia Gillespie, High Priestess of the Order, gives birth to a daughter, Alessa. Dahlia? She's into black magic, rituals, and yeah, people in town think she's nuts. She owns an antique shop downtown and lives with Alessa in the business district. When she notices her daughter's supernatural powers, the same powers that got Alessa bullied at school and branded a witch, Dahlia decides to use her in a ritual to birth a god. Here's the creepy part. She genuinely thinks she's doing it for Alessa, not to her. The ritual goes sideways, a fire breaks out, the house burns. Alessa is horribly burned, but doesn't die. Why? Because Travis Grady, a trucker who just happens to be passing through, sees the fire and rescues her. But thanks to Dr. Kaufman, a secret ally of Dahlia's, Alessa is hidden away in Alchemilla Hospital. Who's Kaufman? And why help Dahlia? Simple. Money. Remember White Claudia? That ritual plant. In the 20th century, it became PTV, a drug made by Kaufman and distributed by the Order through local tourists. They made a fortune off it. But not everyone was on board. The town's mayor launched an investigation, and not long after, he and everyone else involved turned up dead. Back to Alessa. She's only 7, 80-nickeled, not only stop in, bullied, probably abused, supernaturally gifted. Her teacher, Mrs. Gordon, wrote, "There's a girl in my class named Alessa. They call her a witch. Her mother likely hits her. She's always bruised. And her eyes, so sad. Way too sad for a 6-year-old." Alessa dreamed of a better world, one without pain or hate. She volunteered for the ritual. She wanted to give birth to a god who would remake reality. The Order had tried this before. That's why girls were kidnapped over the years. But this time, things almost worked. Even though the ritual failed, Alessa still became pregnant with the god. She survived thanks to that, but she was in agony. To hide the truth, Kaufman stages a fake death with a decoy body. Everyone thinks Alessa died in the fire, but the god inside her keeps growing, feeding on her pain. To survive, Alessa splits herself in two, creating a pure part of her soul, Cheryl, who's adopted by Harry and Jody Mason. To finish the ritual, Dahlia needs Alessa and Cheryl back together. She tortures Alessa into luring Cheryl back to Silent Hill. And once that happens, the other world is unleashed. The siren signals its arrival. This alternate dimension feeds on fear, trauma, and secrets. It's shaped by whoever enters it, and it calls people with darkness in their hearts. Alessa, desperate to stop her mother, creates a fog that hides the town in mystery. And so, Silent Hill becomes 3 towns in one. The real world. A tourist town, where some people have no clue what's going on. The fog world. A copy of reality frozen in time, covered in mist and monsters, possibly a shared, unconscious reality. The other world. A nightmare realm born from the mind. Your fears, sins, and darkest thoughts take shape here. Here, you can't hide. You will face your demons. And if you're strong enough, maybe, just maybe, you'll make it out of Silent Hill alive. Now you know why this town has such a terrifying rep, why reality here feels so fragile. Is it another dimension, someone's dream, or maybe, just maybe, that is the real world, and we're all just trapped in the lie. Thanks for watching.